Today FM, Today FM rocks.
Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Fong. I studied Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Osnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm a curator from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, building conditions in the spotlight. Young Fijians face eye issues. And Health Minister urges balance.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
The Attorney General has labelled the exteriors of most buildings in Suva as filthy and disgusting, noting they do not present a good image of the nation's capital. Ayah Said Qayyum says some buildings along Cumming Street and Mark Street in Suva are in dire need of a facelift. Koroi Tandulala reports that the Suva Retailers Association shares that sentiment.
A call has been made to property owners in the Central Business District to upgrade the look of their buildings.
Go to Tapu City. Go to where they have the food court and look outside, look up towards Cumming Street and Mark Street. The buildings look dilapidated, they look dirty, they look filthy, and they all need a facelift and an upgrade.
Suva Retailers Association President Vinay Kumar says they're aware some buildings are old and need renovation, but says it's not an easy process.
We also have had a problem with trying to renovate. We're not able to get reliable contractors. The building process permits is a long process, which I've been told they are trying to actually streamline that. So once those couple of things step in and this incentive is more advertised and the landlords are aware of this, I think there will be more upgrades.
However, the government has put in certain incentives to entice property owners across Fiji to lift their standards.
If you're going to do an upgrade, hopefully you'll put perhaps many of the buildings aren't disabled friendly. You don't have actually wheelchair access, no wheelchair ramps. If you're able to do those refurbishments, lift up the standard of the building, you get an investment allowance.
In other countries, there are policies in place to review building and infrastructure to ensure they are well maintained and visually presentable. The Suva Retailers Association says there needs to be similar policy implemented here. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
More young people in Fiji are losing their eyesight due to a number of causes, especially diabetes. The Pacific Eye Institute confirms 80% of visual impairment and blindness in Fiji is due to uncorrected refractive errors in diabetes. Pranita Prakash reports.
Concerns have been raised that the younger population is losing their vision at an early age.
If you're dealing with cataract blindness, mostly they're elderly because you have to be around about 55 to 60 before cataract starts to develop. The sad thing about diabetic retinopathy is that it's affecting the younger age. So we had a patient recently who's 26 years of age and had gone blind in both eyes because of diabetic retinopathy. So the sad thing is that the age group is getting younger and younger, and that's affecting the working class age in Fiji.
Fijians have been urged to have their eyes tested every 2 years rather than leaving it too late.
We found that 40% of people presenting to us for the first time already have some level of diabetic eye disease in the eye. Yeah. And about 27% already have some visual impairment due to diabetic retinopathy. And that's quite a high number.
The diabetes can be actively managed. There's medication that can be dispensed by your doctor, but also it's in terms of your lifestyle, the food choices that you make. So patients can be counselled as to what they should do about their diets and to start exercising.
The Pacific Eye Institute is now working with the Health Ministry to create more awareness on this issue. The institute, which is also a training facility for eye health professionals, has so far trained over 270 clinical professionals in the Pacific Island countries to provide better services. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
SODELPA senior party member Dr. Mere Samisoni eagerly awaits the start of the party's annual general meeting in Savusavu tomorrow. Speaking to FBC News, Dr. Samisoni said she is ready to have a healthy debate on the grievances she already raised to the party's board earlier this year. Dr. Samisoni earlier claimed in a public letter that she was kicked out by the party during the 2018 election campaign and the party campaigned against her. Dr. Samisoni also supported similar calls by SODELPA youth leader Chope Koroisavo about unfair tactics being used during the election campaign. She says all these issues needs to be debated transparently at the meeting, and she's ready to provide her side of the story. Dr. Samisoni is one of the founding members of SODELPA. We now join Aliki Mbia, who is in Lambasa. Aliki, this is the most talked about SODELPA AGM, and can you tell us more on the major point of discussion in tomorrow's meeting in Savusavu?
Jackie, as we build up to the SODELPA's annual general meeting that will be held in the village of Yoroi in Savusavu tomorrow morning, as we have seen, we also have anticipated. When I arrived this morning in Lambasa town, I've managed to talk to a few people about their perceptions and also the expectations of the meeting tomorrow, and they've said that this is going to be an interesting one. As anticipated earlier in the week, that this meeting, the SODELPA's AGM, is also going to be a heated one, given that all the grievances that will be actioned and also discussed by members tomorrow. One of the grievances that tops the list is the complaint lodged by Mosese Mbulitabo against the current acting president of the party, Anare Chale, and also a complaint was lodged against the SODELPA youth leader, Chope Koroisavo, and also Dr. Mere Samisoni. And also an interesting matter on the agenda is the complaint being lodged by members of SODELPA in the US. So it will be interesting to know on the discussions and also the nature of the complaints that was lodged by members of SODELPA in the US. So with all these issues, we'll try and get into all the details of the investigations and all the discussions that will happen tomorrow, and we'll bring it to you in our news edition later tomorrow evening.
Thanks so much for that update, Aliki. The inaugural Pacific Skills Summit came to a close last night after 2 days of deliberations addressing a number of pertinent issues on the skills needs of the region. Among the key outcomes is the establishment of a regional skills portal that will be a data platform of labour markets and workforce development, which will be informed by national and regional research to be shared among all Pacific Island countries. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
Shaped by a more skilled cohort of Pacific designers.
The summit ended with a set of actions to carry on the momentum, ensuring Pacific Islanders have access to the skills they need for the jobs they want.
One particularly important action is progressing the Pacific Skills Portal, which will be a data platform that allows a regional collaboration to make available to all the region labour market information and skills analysis and skills audit information. So that is probably one of the more immediate and tangible outcomes that we can start straight away.
With more than 300 participants from government, civil society, educational institutions and the private sector, it was also an opportunity to lay bare the challenges.
I know there is a big issue, particularly a lot of the businesses do express concerns around, people being trained and then they leave. So it's about just bringing them to the table to see how we can manage that. We can't stop that.
It's our view that we have to pay more attention to what our employers are saying, and really looking at that. That's one part of the equation, and really looking at the skills that will be needed, not only in the short term, the medium term, but the long term.
Where to now from the summit? The next Forum Leaders meeting will be held in Tuvalu in August, where it's expected to drive the conversation further on labour mobilities, in particular where Pacific Island countries and the relevant stakeholders can determine the future of jobs. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Education Minister Rosie Akbar has raised concerns about parental negligence. Speaking at the Early Childhood Week celebration, the minister highlighted some parents are failing their duties to children. With increasing reports of child abuse, sexual harassment and rape, the minister is urging parents to uphold their responsibilities in ensuring the safety of their children. Akbar says it's sad to see children are being used to sell food on the streets late at night.
I was actually saddened and actually shocked. 10:30, children as young as 8, 7, 8, and there was a little boy there, no food, roaming around, and that's just the small number. Can you imagine how many little children are out there on our streets? The question is, what's happening to parental responsibility? Why are we parents failing in our duty?
Up ahead, FBC's Tech Show gets underway. An art exhibition with a difference. Details after the break.
Bula, go minuni mereka-raki untuk terletak di forong Nembula FM, namun dua neser.
Nimbula, ayaw meli, nawati tiyo may mataniway, ando talita ka na warong Nembula FM.
Untuk toka leo nabi series wa Nembula FM, namun dua neser isu. Ni sambol binakan lewi biti gonga loman tahun ni lewemba. Eu ngango musim balen roka-roka untuk talita ka na warong Nembula FM.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
The first ever FBC Tech Trade Show is underway and both young and old are visiting to take advantage. With students from universities visiting, children enjoying the rides and parents buying the latest technology, this show is definitely a first of its kind. Catherine Krishna files this report.
Elisioa Inyakwala, a USP student, says latest technology in terms of renewable energy ideas has impressed him at the show.
More technology are coming because of the environment, how sometimes there's climate change, how people talk about climate change and all those things. So right now, to solve that and keep the technology, people are mostly turning to a way to preserve the environment, but also excel their technology.
62-year-old Om Prakash from Narere says the show has made him realize what technology is all about.
Actually, I don't know more about technology. So I come across a lot of things there, like security alarms and other few things. So I'm willing to buy a few things and taking it home, so my life will be easier.
Rentokil Initial National Sales Manager Navneet Narayan says they have launched a fly unit and restaurants can get this installed in their outlets.
The flies normally get subjected to the pheromones present on the board. So when they go inside and sit on the board, they stick. And it's chemical free and it does not zap. So it's very much in compliance with all the food and restaurant outlets. So if you want a unit that is in compliance, a more hygiene unit, that is the way to go.
According to Tube Makers Fiji, the show has provided them with an opportunity to showcase the variety of piping materials they have.
FBC has integrated all companies together. It's one way of showing the people that, we are here. And it's one way of people connecting to us this easily. So if everybody comes around at one place, you will find everything that you need here, basically.
The 4-day event is underway at the FMF Gymnasium in Suva. Come down to the gymnasiums as tickets for adults stands at $2 while entry for children is $1. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
We're now join Catherine live. Catherine, what's the atmosphere like at the venue?
Well, Jackie, the crowd has been pouring in from 10 a.m. to take advantage of all that the exhibitors have displayed. And now I'm joined by the Director Sales and Marketing, Mr. Vijayan Kumar. Mr. Kumar, can you tell us more about how the first day has been?
Thanks, Catherine. As you know, it's been the first day, and we had a very good turnout. And as you know, the event is for another next 3 days, so we're expecting more Fijians to turn out in huge numbers from tomorrow.
So according to the program, we've seen that the exhibitors are given time on the main stage. If you could just tell us more about this?
Thank you. Definitely, as you know, this is the first time we have in this tech show in Fiji. And this is the only show or event ever has given our exhibitors a platform to basically talk and demonstrate the products and services they have. Usually when customers come, they go to the booths and stuff, and they are not able to basically get more information. So we have given about half an hour's time frame to all exhibitors to go to the FBC main stage, and basically there's a program layout. So to find out more, basically, all Fijians need to be at the tech show.
So with 3 more days remaining, what message would you have for Fijians out there?
Okay, definitely. As you know, this is the first tech show, and you know how all Fijians, and more than 80% of Fijians are smartphone users at the moment. So the main thing is, I will basically ask everyone to come down with the whole family, experience the first tech show ever, and take advantage of the best tech that's available in Fiji, and you'll be surprised. There's a lot of stuff that are made in Fiji, and all Fijians has been expecting that it's been imported from overseas and stuff. So basically, you need to come down for the next 3 days, be part, experience things, and take advantage of the gadget deals that we have that has never been offered in Fiji ever.
Well, the gates to the first ever FBC Tech Trade Show opens at 9 a.m. here at the FMF Gymnasium. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Catherine. Drawing and creating art to recover and get back on track. The Fiji Alliance for Mental Health today launched its first mental health art exhibition for those recovering from mental health illnesses. Sainiani Boiler reports.
Their art will portray what it's like to live with mental illness and the struggle of fighting it.
Yeah, art has been a very good recovery therapy as a way of thinking about recovering from mental illness.
So what you see is something that induces a huge amount of pride. They get a lot of feedback from the people around them, people like yourselves, their family members, other professionals, other members of the community.
30-year-old Charles Tigeria was born with psychiatric issues all his life, and art has been his only escape.
Absolutely changing my life to a better person.
Drawing and painting has been a companion for 35-year-old William Etangeda Kimbau, who avoids socializing for months when his depression becomes severe.
Drawing and making art is a good time to work with my friends and know them better.
For these 35 artists, the art exhibition is a lead up to the World Mental Health Day in October. Sainian Imboila, FBC News.
Managing contracts for Water Authority project workers is an area that needs to be improved in the upcoming financial year. This has been confirmed by the Minister for Infrastructure, Chone Usumate, who also admitted this is one of the problems experienced in the past. Savara Tambor reports.
There are permanent workers at the authority and some only come on board as contract workers when a project needs to be undertaken.
Water Authority will need to be much more efficient and effective the way that it manages its internal processes. All the internal processes of HR, financial, all those ones, they need to be much more efficient, much more effective. And I expect they will come up with innovative ways of managing the resources that they have to deliver the services that they are expected to provide for the people of this country.
Usamati says once the funds available in 2 months' time, project workers will then be contracted to carry out the work that needs to be done. Meanwhile, Usamati also says there has to be a balance between the number of people permanently absorbed into the organization and the number of skilled contract workers hired when there is a need for them.
There has been a strong approach in government to a lot of the operational activities of government to be farmed out to others, so you don't keep your operational, the ones that actually do the work on an ongoing basis. Same thing happens to in Water Authority. You see a lot of their skilled workers, now people have formed their own companies that then contract their services back to Water Authority of Fiji.
The Water Authority has been allocated $258.7 million in the 2019-2020 budget, with $16.7 million to be set aside for capital expenditures. Sawera Tambua, FBC News.
The independent committee appointed by the University of Fiji to look into the comment made by a senior academic has completed its report. The university confirms the report will be discussed in its next council meeting. Last month, Dr. Lithiana Kurindrani had hit out at the Law Students Association president, Filipe Mbainivalu, comparing him to a barking Indian dog. It was unanimously resolved that the issue will be considered and investigated by an independent committee, which will then provide a report to the university. Education Minister Rosie Akbar had earlier stated they will wait for the outcome of the investigation before commenting further. The United States is committed to assisting Fiji in detecting illegal activities in our economic exclusive zone. This is after the U.S. Coast Guard Stratton, which berthed at the Lautoka Wharf this morning, completed an 8-day patrol that started from Hawaii. Felipe Naikaso with the details.
This Coast Guard ship is an indication of the strong support shown by the U.S. to counter any illegal activities in Fiji waters.
We found no illicit activity, at least during the time that we patrolled both of our EEZs. It was a fairly short patrol. We had a lot of distance to cover to keep our schedule, but we did enjoy the ability to exchange information and to work together and to prepare for future patrols.
Last year, Fiji signed a shipwright agreement which allowed the Fijian defense and law enforcement officers to embark on U.S. Coast Guard and U.S. Navy vessels to observe, protect, board and search vessels suspected of violating laws or regulations in the Fiji waters.
The patrol went according to plan. Not much inspections were done though when we
came into Fiji waters. This was basically due to the bad weather we faced. But there were a lot of transpired though, in terms of dialogue exchange, sharing of ideas.
With a challenge for Fiji to monitor its EEZ, which is around 1.3 million square kilometers, agreements such as this with the U.S. has greatly assisted in further protecting the high seas.
We look forward to building this relationship. The 8 days that we spent exchanging information and being able to talk about mutual objectives was very beneficial.
The U.S. Coast Guard Stratton will be berthed at the Lautoka Wharf for a couple of days before returning on missions around the Pacific Ocean to detect illegal activities. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Business Time with Rachel, and tonight she has exciting news on insurance cover.
Yes, Jackie, indeed, coming up after the break. Fijians will now have the opportunity to insure their roofs without an engineer's certificate. And in growing Fiji, Lavena villages get piped water. Stay with us.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lautoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, Fijians will now have the opportunity to insure their roofs for up to 30K without a current engineer's certificate. The Sun Insurance Chair says they've introduced this new product for low-income earners as a result of concerns raised by their clients.
We have been working on a program how to provide cyclone cover without engineer's certificate. And this is a major step. First time in over 50 or 60 years that any insurance company in Fiji have been able to provide cyclone cover without engineer's certificate.
The new coverage answers concerns raised by homeowners about the cost of obtaining a new engineer's certificate every 7 years and the additional cost of complying with any new requirements. Now, the US dollar was on the decline today after yet another Donald Trump antics. Gary is here with the latest for the rundown.
The US dollar has fallen after another Donald Trump broadside against the Eurozone and China, accusing both of engaging in competitive devaluations to take advantage of the US. Trump earlier voiced frustration with Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell for not cutting interest rates after Powell said the Federal Reserve wanted to see how badly the economy is slowed down by the ongoing trade war with China. The dollar hovered near a one-week high against the yen on Thursday, propped up by hope of trade talk progress, though investors remain cautious ahead of the meeting between the leaders of the world's two biggest economies at the G20 in Japan. Elsewhere, the New Zealand dollar traded near a two-month peak on Wednesday as the currency bounced back after the Reserve Bank of New Zealand refrained from lowering rates. And that's all from HFC Bank for now. Naka.
Today's exchange rates as it was set this morning. As the G20 Economic Summit is about to start in Japan, the foreign exchange markets remain further cautious today. The Fiji dollar dropped against the Chinese yuan as well as the US greenback, but made some gains against our major trading partners, the Aussie and Kiwi dollar, and fell slightly against the Kina, the euro and the yen. Onto the commodities market, oil prices continued their slow rise, passing $59 per barrel. Gold was down at $1,407 per ounce, and silver remained fairly steady at $15.24 per ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, after decades of water problems, villagers of Lavena in Taveuni are today getting clean and safe drinking water. As Eleanor Turangenview reports, the Spring Water Project supplies water to all 70 homes in the village as well as the school.
For decades, villagers of Lavenna have always relied on a spring found by their elders as the main source of water when everything else runs dry. But most times when this water gets to them, it's contaminated.
For over 20 years now, we have been drinking from the old water source. The Red Cross Society came and assisted us with a new water source.
With the help of the Fiji Red Cross Society, a new spring was identified, the water tested, and a protection was built around it to ensure there is no contamination.
The source is cleaned up. There's a filtration system that protects the water as it comes through. And so when you go to the water source, you can't see the water because it's completely enclosed and covered and protected.
The spring water now comes directly to their taps. The implementation of the project was done within a month.
We are so happy because water will no longer be an issue for us following the great help from the Fiji Red Cross Society.
The Fiji Red Cross Society had sought the assistance of a water expert from East Timor to help with the spring protection project. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
And that's it from Business Tonight. Sports is up next with Jamie, and he will have all the very latest from Team Fiji camp for the Pacific Games.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Yes, up ahead in sports, President wishes Team Fiji well for Pacific Games.
My name is Neha, and I'm from Karavi, and Mirchi FM, it's hot. हम आचल नसोरी से मिर्ची FM बहुत जुलूम.
Hi, हम शारा प्रकाश बात करता है और तावा में मिर्ची FM सब कंसर्न and मिर्ची FM it's hot.
Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suba. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM it's hot.
Hi, I'm Shane. I love listening Mirchi FM because it's awesome and it's hot.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Shavi. We love listening to Mirchi FM in Lambasa.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Team Fiji to the Pacific Games presented its hitatau to President Chochi Konrate today at State House. The contingent consists of many young athletes representing Fiji for the first time, which the President commended. Niraj Maharaj has more.
His Excellency the President Chochi Konrate reminded players to be disciplined and to support each other at the Pacific Games in Samoa.
Competitions you partake in will entail participating against some of the best athletes from around the Pacific. Now, hence the need to support and be there for each other is of paramount importance. And therefore, whatsoever you do it for the glory of Fiji.
The President congratulated and commended individual sporting organizations for finding young talent to represent the country, saying it's a sign of progress.
Competitors or still students, I see a lot of young faces around. Well done. Now, this is certainly a sign of progress, and I acknowledge and commend the work of all sporting organizations.
Chef de Mission Patrick Bauer says Team Fiji is looking to raise the bar and finish third compared to the fourth place finish in 2015.
All the sports have been trying very hard to raise the bar in regards to the last Pacific Games. And if we recall, at the last Pacific Games, Fiji was ranked fourth. Realistically, putting all the sports together rather than giving a sport individually what gold medal prospects they have. But to be fair to all, we're looking at raising the bar and taking Fiji to third place in the overall medal tally.
Bauer says athletics, swimming and weightlifting look strong, but the teams that have taken advantage of the 4-year gap in preparation will perform the best.
We're going as a team, and those who have prepared well and have taken the advantage of the 4-year gap from the last Pacific Games to prepare their athletes, I think they will do best. And what I'm expecting most of those sports and their officials is for them to go out onto their field of play, whatever competition they're going to be in, and give it their best shot according to where they're up to.
Team Fiji leaves for Samoa on July 5th. Niraj Maharaj, FBC Sports.
Fiji Rugby Union Chief Executive John O'Connor says the primary focus now for the Fiji Under-7s is Olympic qualification. While they are currently preparing to defend their Pacific Games gold medal, there's a vital tournament they need to win at the end of the year. Apani Samangai Rundobu reports.
O'Connor says he understands that there were changes to the coaching staff, but it's time to get serious about making the cut for the Olympics.
More important for the Fijian, they have now start preparing for the qualifications which will be held with the Oceania 7 tournament. We need to win that tournament to cement our place into the Olympics.
Fully agreed with O'Connor's statement and says the girls have proved their worth after finishing the series with 21 points compared to the 1 point they'd earned when he came in halfway through the season.
A few months back that, I took over the job halfway. It was quite tough, even though we scraped through to stay in the series. But there's big work to be done in terms of off-season. So it's good now that I will be there in the off-season.
Another big task for the Fijiana is to defend their title at the 2019 Pacific Games in Samoa next month. Apenisa Wangrandovu, FBC Sports.
The Naitasiri rugby team hosts Nandi at Ratu Thakambau Park this Saturday in the first challenge of the Fairbrother Trophy. Both teams will be out to redeem themselves after their semi-final losses at the recent Skipper Cup. The match kicks off Saturday afternoon at 3 and you can watch it live on the FBC Sports channel. The Hurricanes' task of toppling the Crusaders in the Super Rugby semi-final this weekend now looks even tougher. Backline stars Matt Proctor and Wes Hosen are both considered unlikely to play, and this could force a couple of rookies to step up in Saturday night's semi-final, including one with links to Fiji. The Parramatta Eels are expected to announce the signature of Wanga Blake after the Fijian international was released by Penrith. The Fiji Pearls were outmatched 93-19 against the New Zealand men's team last night in the opening match of the Cadbury Netball Series in Auckland. The Pearls are currently playing the New Zealand All-Stars in its second match, and you can watch it live. You can watch live coverage of the game on the FBC Sports channel. In cricket, Pakistan kept its hopes of a World Cup semi-final place alive as they moved to within a point of England with a 6-wicket victory over New Zealand. Baba Azam's 101 saw Pakistan home in front of a partisan crowd after Shaheen Afridi had ripped through New Zealand's top order. Jimmy Neesham's unbeaten 97 had given New Zealand a chance on a slow pitch, but Pakistan's win with 5 balls to spare leaves hosts and pre-tournament favourites England in more danger. Only wins against New Zealand and India in their final 2 group games will be enough to guarantee England a semi-final place. With the Cricket World Cup well and truly heating up, we take a look at some of the best shots in Pakistan's chase of 238 to upset New Zealand in today's Play of the Day. That's it from sports. Next up, from wine to technology, Imagery Estate Winery announces augmented reality app. Details after the break.
हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम देता है लेबू और रेडियो फीजी में हरदम सुनता है, बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोचक सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है, हम लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, नंबर 1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नायक है, गोंगो लेबू लटोका, रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नाकाफी में रहता है, रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनता है।
रेडियो फीजी 2, देश की धड़कन।
In new media, the famous Imagery Estate Winery has announced the launch of a new augmented reality app. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Isn't it just amazing when the weekend is around and the weather automatically goes wonderful? Like, look at it now, so cool and really good for outdoors. I'm super excited about the FBC Tech Trade Show happening. If you haven't been to it yet, you should definitely check it out. It's really amazing. Well, let's head to the west. It was sunny as usual. I'm pretty sure you had an amazing time. Eastwards from Pakaba to Suva, pretty normal with afternoon passing showers. And up north, little cloudy with showers expected by tonight. At sea, southeast winds gusting to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 2:37 a.m. with high tide at 9 a.m. Sunrise at 6:37. For tomorrow, it's Friday. Sunny spells really love us. So if you wish for some candy floss or snow cones, then be sure to be at the FBC Tech Trade Show at the National Gymnasium. Tomorrow's temps, all centers will be cool. And looking further on to Saturday, conditions look beyond amazing for now. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji and Pulse tonight, we asked, what should be done to students found with drugs in their possession?
I think the students should be counseled and disciplined.
I think they have to review the decision.
They are still students. Children, they have different ways of learning, and we should not expel them from school. Maybe there are some other ways to discipline them.
They should be expelled because that is against the law.
I think, yes, they should be expelled or suspended from school when using drugs.
Like, give them lectures or just expel them.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, we take you to the rooftop of a hospital. Lindsay Allen manages Higher Ground, an organic farm nestled atop Boston Medical Center. The little oasis produces 5,300 pounds of nutritional food a year to feed the medical center's recovering patients. So say goodbye to Jell-O pudding and tapioca and say hello to organic produce. Recapping the main stories for tonight, building conditions in the spotlight, young Fijians face eye issues, and Health Minister urges balance. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question segment, we're asking, would you consider taking a ferry to escape peak time traffic? Visit our FBC website to answer. Our shot of the day, vendors have been enjoying the first day of FBC Tech Trade Show underway at the FMF Gymnasium. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. Follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news, #FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Natango merea maramani waya manatuya sawa aweti kitunde nandi ya undo marata kana baronga na Radio Fiji 1.
Yawa asna vatili yawa maga Monica. Tondo baronga vale bunar domai biti lambasa.
Bula natango aprosa ngarse ngor kraki do talebe ono baronga na Radio Fiji 1 na domai biti.